up? It's Jake. Tonight I'm going to a benefit for a good friend of mine, Sweet Chuck. His actual name is John Shore, but he goes by Sweet Chuck. He's a tattoo artist, entrepreneur, overall supporter of the arts. He's just a really, really great guy. I've been friends with him for probably 20 or 21 years. Back when I first started playing music, I was in a band with a couple guys. We were really young, 17, whatever. Had no business being in bars and stuff like that. But our drummer used to get tattooed by Sweet Chuck. And Sweet Chuck had a bar in Wheeling, so we started trying to play down there. We became the house band down there, and Chuck always treated us right. Even though we were young, we were just kids, He never treated us like we were just dumb kids. He was always respectful to us and very supportive of what we did. I mean, I don't think for a second that the music we played was his cup of tea or anything like that, but he opened his doors to us, and he was really, really helpful to us when we first starting out. Later in life, when I was in other bands, he made flyers for us, and he would come and support a show here and there. Just always being very helpful and supportive. I'm going to use that word a lot, supportive. But it really, when you're an artist and you're playing music or creating, any kind of art, whether it's print media or graphic design, whether you are a writer for the newspaper, or you create videos, or you are a painter or a photographer or whatever, he has just always supported any kind of creative hobby. And I am by no means the only person who's benefited from his generosity over the years. He has helped countless bands, countless artists. He's not afraid to buy a piece of art or buy your record. If you go to him and you want to sell CDs in his tattoo shop, he has a little section where you can sell your CD, and he'll probably even buy one for himself, just to be a supportive guy. As far as the community goes, there's a lot of tattoo artists that get a bad rep or whatever in their community because of the kind of clientele they have around or the kind of business practices they use. Chuck is definitely not that. He runs a top-notch studio with top-notch artists. He does everything by the numbers. He's active in the Chamber of Commerce, and he's one of those cliche phrases that you hear, pillar of the community. Chuck is a pillar of the community. He's at the forefront of trying to, make the point to other, business owners and stuff that it's important to be strong and reinvest and things like that. And he makes a lot of sense when it comes to local policies and things like that. If there's any sort of political type stuff, he's not a politician, but he's not afraid to go to a town meeting or whatever and talk about a particular piece of legislature or something like that he thinks is helpful or harmful for the community or for other business owners or for an industry in general. He's active in the tattoo industry. He's supportive of the piercing industry. He tries to make sure that his artists are all certified and all that kinds of stuff. He takes public health very, very seriously. He makes sure that he uses all the most current techniques to keep bloodborne pathogens from spreading, and he tries to do his best to maintain a really, really professional, nice, clean atmosphere at his studio. You're not going to walk in and it's not going to be like this seedy place. It just looks grimy. It's not that at all. It's very nice and clean. Very, very well put together, and he takes pride in that, and he absolutely should. He's the only person who's ever tattooed me. His shop is the only tattoo shop I've ever been to. I've been to several, but I've never gotten tattooed anywhere but his shop. And as far as I know, I have a lot of friends who have gone to him or his shop exclusively for all their tattoo work. He's really a good artist, but he's just because he takes himself so seriously, he takes his business seriously, takes people's health seriously. I can appreciate that about it. So many people get tattooed in environments that aren't clean by people who don't do even the minimal procedures to maintain cleanliness and make sure that you're not going to get an infection or a disease or whatever. I value that stuff even more than the art, and the fact that he holds it in such a high priority really means a lot to me, and the other people that work for him and with him, they all value that as well. That's why he has, in my opinion, no offense to anyone else, the best shop in the Ohio Valley, and probably one of the best shops in the country. I really feel strongly about that, and I think he's had art featured in some of the tattoo magazines, and his artists have been featured in things and featured on TV shows and things like that. All around terrific experience dealing with him and his other people. Like I said before, he's really supportive of bands and all these different people, and as a young kid, it really meant a lot to me to have somebody not just dismiss me because I was young. And another thing about him is, he was my friend and a supporter of me and my music way before I was ever one of his clients. My first tattoo I ever got from him was probably 10 or 11 years after I had become friends with him. And then, I've just been friends with him all this time. And the reason why there's a benefit for him is, I'm not going to pronounce it because I know I'll butcher it. I'll put it up on the screen, but he's been diagnosed with a form of cancer that is terminal. He's doing his best. He's going to treatments and things like that, but it's not curable, and the outlook for his recovery is grim. So it's really expensive to do the treatments and all the stuff that it takes to compete with cancer being like a rapid thing. And so another friend of ours, probably one of his best friends and also one of the closest members of the team at Hot Rod Tattooing, is Andrew DeCagna, who put together this benefit. Andrew's in a couple different bands, and he's playing music with those bands at this benefit. They're having a dinner, they're having maybe some other fundraiser type stuff, and I'm really excited to go and show up and be supportive of the cause. I already donated some money on the GoFundMe page, and I bought a T-shirt that raises money for it and everything. If you've ever met Sweet Chuck, or if you know Sweet Chuck at all, or you're familiar with Hot Rod Tattooing, consider donating to his GoFundMe, or consider going to one of the many benefit situations that are going to be coming up in the near future. Obviously, you're not going to make it to this one, but if you can, stay tuned to the Hot Rod Tattooing page, Andrew DeCagna's Facebook page, the Hot Rod Instagram, stuff like that. They'll be posting various events in the future that will be raising money for Sweet Chuck's medical bills and things like that. It breaks my heart that he is going through what he's going through. It sucks anytime a friend is having a tough time, a friend, a loved one, relative, whatever. I consider Chuck to be all of those. He's my friend, he's my brother. He's been an outstanding person in my life. And I just, it's such a helpless feeling to know that he's going through this and there's nothing I can do for him other than, try to help out with raising money and stuff like that. If you know anybody who's dealt with cancer, which I believe we all have, I feel for you. And, my brother died of leukemia in 2012 at the age of 28. So, it's one of those things where I feel like this already hit me so close, and now to have another friend of mine go through this, it's tough. And so I'm gonna go to the benefit, and hopefully it's if I know all the people that'll be there, it'll be more of an uplifting kind of thing. It'll be an upbeat thing, a lot of good vibes, a lot of good attitudes. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people, and hopefully they raise a ton of money for Sweet Chuck. Really looking forward to hopefully maybe a miracle happening, and maybe somehow he beats it. So I guess I don't really have much more to add than that. Thanks for watching. If you can support him in any way, if you can donate to his GoFundMe or anything like that, really appreciate it, and I'm sure he really appreciates it. It's such a big community in the Ohio Valley with people that are in the music business or the music scene locally, or tattoo artists and all these people. It's like a community where everybody sort of knows everyone, and we're all sort of banding together to be supportive. So I guess all I can say is crossing my fingers and hoping that somehow, some way, the worst doesn't happen, and maybe things get better. Peace.